next group to present is going to be housing, which I believe is a video. Do we have that video?
Yep.
Okay, not video.
Okay.
Adam Fries and Pete. Pete, I remember your name because it's my middle name. Here we go.
Hello, everyone. My name is Adam. I'm with the CBR Housing Group. And so our goal coming out of the conference was for Crestone Baca to have housing that is accessible, affordable, sustainable, and includes integrated income levels. So an affordable housing is a big issue, especially now in Crestone and the Baca. So our work to date, we've researched different affordable housing models, such as ADUs, accessory dwelling units, which is how some other communities around the U.S. are dealing with affordable housing, tiny houses, multi-unit housing, low minimum square footage housing. We've met with the county about housing opportunities and past experience, started a conversation with the Crestone Planning Commission, and seeing how they're dealing with affordable housing issues in the town of Crestone. We've investigated how the housing group could combine some efforts with Living Wisdom, the planned elder community, and have had a lot of positive conversations with those guys. But what we've done also is we've stepped back and said, we don't really fully understand the problem. You know, we understand the problem maybe from our own personal experience or from a friend's personal experience. But what we've, as a group, have decided is to say, you know, what does it mean? What does affordable housing mean to a 23-year-old that may be living in their car in Crestone, or a young family, or a 70-year-old married couple, or a landlord that owns rental properties? Affordable housing means something different to all of these demographics, and so we've said, let's step back, let's understand these different demographics and find the common ground between them before we could ever think of proposing a solution to a problem that we feel that we don't have a full understanding of. And so that's really where we are now, and what we need is feedback from these demographics. Pete has worked on a video that we'll show you in the breakout group, interviewing some of these different demographics and them vocalizing their opinion on what affordable housing, what it means to them. And so, but that's what our challenge now is, feedback from the community and engagement and involvement and help in solving these problems, because we're not here to profess a solution, we're here to try to understand a problem. So I'm gonna open the floor up now to questions.
Thank you. So what if the common ground you're speaking about is common law, and that the solution to the problem of housing comes deeper into our individual rights and protecting human rights via our housing solution? Because that's a lot of what we're seeing right now.
I'd like to know if you have investigated the POA's housing regulations at this point and how you've integrated that.
That's my question exactly, is the POA. Is like, we live in this county as a self-sustainable community, so we think. But then we have this POA constrictor. Sorry, they were looking for a new ad for their paper, right? So I come up with them, the other black snake. Okay, but all kidding aside, no, seriously, this housing that we need for our people, you know, it just doesn't mean just stop it. People that are just coming in, as people who have lived here for years, and our elders that have hard times and hardships. What do we do when our government is pushing people away and stop beating people on the sidewalk and you're getting ticketed? Now we have this with the POA. Well, how are we going to deal with this? And I offered my property to those people, and I'm dealing with the POA straight up. And now they have nothing to say because they're fighting me on against a task that they have nothing to say about anymore, because what they have asked is already done. And now they're saying, you got to take your teepee down. That's the way I pray. What do you do about that? What do we do about this person's got a greenhouse, but I can't have one? What are we going to do about that? What are we going to do about our people? We have all these people right here. Give up your summer homes, people. Give up your extra car. Live true. That's what I have to say. Aho mataki.
Adam, you and I have spoken about this. It's apparent with several of our groups that we need to work together. Obviously, there are constraints to what you're trying to do legally with how rules and regulations are made. There are residents in Crestone that are willing to offer some of their own property, some of their own resources, but are also restricted because of some of the laws and regulations that we live under.
Hi, y'all. The point that I would like to bring to the floor, I'm on the board of Neighbors Helping Neighbors, and I'm a disabled senior citizen. So, that's part of my agenda. For me, a big concern that we're having at Neighbors is if energy assistance programs get cut, which could really happen this coming fall and winter, about 2/3 of Sawash County is going to be screwed. And I'd like to see the housing group and the energy group help address these issues. I mean, I barely make it on what I make in my Social Security. So I'm not alone and I'm not unique. But I think these are things, if we address them now, they're not going to come up and bite us in the rear end later. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Robbo. I'm friends with many of you here. Some of you that have been here for as long as 20 years or better. I've babysat some of your kids. I'm here because I love those people. And what I've seen here is a lack of cohesion and a lack of basic concern for each other. I personally have been under attack, not by anyone here specifically, but by happenstance, because of something that you neglected to deal with. Your dirty police, the heroin, the meth, the thievery, all of that stuff. And as a result, I'm sitting here questioning whether I can afford to keep loving this community. And it hurts me. And when it comes to the POA, I've already spoken in council to a lot of you guys. It's a class action situation. All of the prerequisites are met. They're all there. Once it's filed, they can no longer act. You have to do it through certified service return mail, 5 copies, different individuals that need to be bound. And when they're bound in the record, the Postmaster General, which is the only federally, constitutionally protected vestige of transparency. These ordinances and the POA, city ordinances, all of that stuff, that's fake law. It does not adhere to the Constitution. Don't be afraid to educate yourselves. By the way, I'd like to help with that, but because of the attack on my person and the lack of protection I received from the police, I'm in a situation where I'm not even stable enough to help you. If anyone wants to step up to the plate please talk to me later. And no, I'm here to love all y'all. I'm passionate. You see me hurting, don't let it scare you.